Okay, so in the last tutorial we discussed about the spring inner beans and how we can define them inside my bean property only. So today we'll discuss about the another feature that is known as bean inheritance in case of spring. This is the same which we are using already in my Java, the inheritance feature, where we define the common functionality in my base class, and then in the derived class I use those functionality, or I either override that property. So in the same way, if we are having 100 beans in my spring.xml and say that there are some features which have been common across all those 100 beans, then what I can do is I can define that common feature inside my one bean and then just refer to that and then use that bean in all my 100 beans, and whichever bean I want to override that property, I can override that property also. So this is the bean inheritance in case of spring. So let's see how it comes into picture in real time. So here we are having a manager bean. Okay, let me define this over here only. Now say that this property so here I will define my class also. It's taking quite long to print. com.tel comma okay. So what I have done over here is I have created my, I forgot to end the property tag. So here I don't need to define this property because I have already defined it, which is a common functionality in my main bean. Now this is my main bean, that is parent bean, which is having some properties, say address, and it's referring to address a property. For address a, I need to have an ID because I am referring it now. Earlier we defined it as inner bean, so we removed the ID field. But now how I want that this property should be given to my this child. So for that I have an attribute known as parent to implement the bean inheritance. So I'll say parent, and then I will over define the parent which I want to refer, that is manager parent. So now this will take this property in this bean also and along with the B and the C. So if you want to override this, you can override this property also in this bean, but since this is just single property, so I'm not overriding it. Now if I just run this, Okay, so let's see what's the issue we are getting. Oh, I actually defined the package name as incorrect. It's not finding the class. Let me see what's the name I have given. It's employee. If there's any other spelling mistake, you can just check it now. And then let's just run it. So I am getting my first, second and third address. So this is a very handy feature, the bean inheritance. So in case of larger number of beans defined in my XML, I can use the parent attribute and just say that this is my parent bean and I want to use it inside it. So this property will also come over here. So this is how bean inheritance is being done. This can also be achieved in the case of collections, but in case of collections we are having lists, so we can use those list objects in my another bean by just using the merge equal to true attribute. So this is bean inherit.